Hey everyone, my name is Ian, and this is a utility I wrote to interface MIDI controllers with the Photos app on your Mac to edit photos. So right here I've got a Samson MIDI controller with 8 tracks. You can see there's 8 faders, and this allows me to control all these adjustments in the Photos utility. So I'll go ahead and run our script. We can see that it's interfacing with the controller and hooking into the UI using applescript, which I learned for this project, and I'll admit it's very slow at this point, and I should probably change it in the future to something that is faster. So now we can see it's loaded. It's found all the initial values of these sliders, and I can see that using the absolute position of where the slider is, we can control the brilliance of these strawberries, which is pretty great. I can go to the next track. Maybe I want to bring up the exposure, maybe adjust the highlights down, bring up the shadows, and I can also go over to our brightness, adjust that, contrast, and can leave the black point where it is. Now this is great, but what if I want to do some finer grain adjustment? Well, I can use the jog wheel right here in the middle to control increments that are much smaller than these faders. So if I go back to the first track, we can see that it remembers where the brilliance was, and I can move that down in fine grain adjustments, just like that. Maybe I can go back to our shadows and I can also increase those a little bit, and I'll do that as such. And maybe I'm happy with that. I can then go on to the next image using this button right here. And now I'm on this image. Maybe I'd like to apply the automatic presets that Photos can do for you. So if we look at the button to the left of the Done button, the Auto Enhance, we can use this button right here on our MIDI controller to press that, and we see those adjustments are applied, which is done by the Photos app itself. And our very slow applescript gets those new values, and I can adjust using this jog wheel the fine grain value of the brilliance. And as before, I can go to another track, maybe the shadows, and I can adjust that like so. And all these other values should map the mouse to the correct position, since we retain all these values in software. There's some degree of error. As we can see, we went back to brilliance and the mouse was a little bit off, but this is something that can be adjusted for future implementations. That's about it for this project. The code will be on GitHub, and I'll have some more explanation on my website. Thank you for watching.